Hi, it's Cathy, and I'm here to share with you a quick tutorial on how to make some cute pocket journals from one piece of 12 by 12 paper. First, the materials that you'll need some glue, a bone folder or the edge of your scissors, a pair of scissors, some index cards or some other type of paper, a paper clip, some lace, some ribbon, a button, some rhinestones if you'd like, and a glossine bag. I'm going to use a cutter, but first let me show you what we're making. We're going to make these cute little pocket journals. They have an elastic closure, and they're so cute. They open up accordion style, and they have pockets, tags, papers, bookmarks, buttons, and a little bit of lace. If you'd like, you also will need some ink if you want to dull the edges. I'm using black. You can use any color you choose. And I forgot, you're also going to need some elastic in order to make the closure on your book. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut our 12 by 12 piece of paper down into 6 inches. It's a good thing if your cardstock is double-sided. It's just a lot easier. So I'm going to cut it in half. I'm going to put one half aside, and we're going to work with the other half. You're not going to need your cutter anymore, so you could just use scissors if you'd like. The first thing I'm going to do is decide which side I want to use as my cover. So I've decided I'm going to use this yellow side as my cover, so I'm going to start with the yellow side down. I'm going to fold it in half. And here's where you can use your bone folder if you'd like. And I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to fold this end towards the center fold. And I'm going to fold the other end toward the center fold. Then I'm going to fold it back. And there I have my front cover and the back cover that matches it, and it opens up like this. You have a valley, a peak, and a valley. So the first thing we're going to do is make the hole for the elastic. And we're going to do that using an awl. You don't need an awl if you don't have it. You can use a pin. You can use the edge of, if you have a Cricut machine and the weeding tools, you can use that. But I'm going to use an awl, and I should have put that in the materials in the beginning. I'm going to eyeball about halfway down, and I'm going to make a hole. I want to make sure the hole is big enough to pass elastic through it. I measured my elastic at about 8 inches, not held tight, and I'm going to fold it so that the folded end is going through the hole from the inside to the outside. And there I did it. What I want to also do is make sure that the hole is reinforced. I did not use hole reinforcers or anything. So what I do is I just put some glue there. It reinforces it a little bit so that the elastic does not pull through when you're closing it. And we're going to let that dry for a second. If you don't have any wet wipes, they're my lifesaver. You might want to get one out so that you can use it for the project. And what I like to do is just dab off the excess. And we're going to start on the front. First, you also want to make sure that the elastic does go around the entire journal. I could have made this a little looser, but I didn't. So there you have it. Here I want to decorate the front. So first thing I want to do is take the excess paper that I have, and I think I'm going to just cut off a strip from the end. Just a small strip. And I'm going to cut the end off a bit so that my strip is about 4 inches. And I am going to glue that strip down. I just wanted to add some contrasting color to the front. And there. And let's see, I know on the original journal I had a button and some lace, so I'm going to add some lace as well. And I'm going to add it to the left side. You can add it anywhere you'd like. It's just to add some texture and contrast. And here, as you see, I don't measure much. I just like to eyeball it, which sometimes is a problem, but we just go with it. And I'm going to glue it on the edge here. I love this glue. It's the glitter, art glitter glue. I love it because of the edge, the little spout nozzle, whatever you call it. It's very direct. It comes out easily. And there we added a little lace. And we also want to add a button. And the other button I added here. And what I'm going to do is also add some paper thread. Paper thread is simply taking a piece of paper and cutting a sliver, a tiny sliver. It'll be tinier than you think. And that's probably too big, although the holes in this button are rather large, so it might work. And I'm going to push it through one side. Actually, I want the yellow side to show. So I'm going to push it through again until the yellow shows through. There we go. And push it through the other way, which is always harder. There. And it looks like little yellow thread. I'm going to clip off the ends. And I'm going to glue this down. I kind of just mash it. There's probably, you can mash it backwards. It probably works a little better. And I'm going to glue it down. And as I'm gluing it down, I'm going to put the glue on so I can glue it to the journal. And I'm going to glue it right on the edge. And this, I always like the contrast of having big things with smaller things. So this is a rather large button. You might not like that look. You might want to put a tiny button, but I kind of like the way this looks. And what I forgot to do was darken the edges of the paper. And believe it or not, I'm going to try to do that now. I'm just going to go around the edge a little bit. Don't do as I do, do as I say, as they say when the mistakes are made. I just think it makes it stand out a little and gives it a little contrast. So I think it's important. Okay? And let's go on to the next page. Make it so cute. Okay, this page, and the original I had a corner pocket, so we're going to stick with that plan. And here we go. And it's going to be a rather large corner pocket. I'm going to cut off the ends on both sides. And that merely, first of all, it helps it fit into this small space, but it also gives it some dimension. Makes it easier to put things in instead of the pointy edges. And let me glue those on. And we'll glue that right into place. There. And inside this, we need something to go in it. So we're going to take that same paper and we're going to cut, let's cut here, because we still want to make a few other things from this paper. And we have a little piece. And I'm going to round the edges. I love the We Are Memory Keeper corner rounder. Really makes things so much easier. But there's no place to journal on here, so what I need to do is take some index cards, and I'm actually going to take a few, and I'm going to put the line side out, and I'm going to simply fold it over using my bone folder. And it's just a smidge too big, so I'm going to cut off an edge. I'm going to round the corners as well, using the 1/4 inch side because it's so small. And now I'm going to, let's see, want this side or this side? We'll do this side, but then we'll put some red on it for contrast. And then I'm going to simply take this and I'm going to staple it inside. Remember, this is a quick and easy journal. There we go. And that goes right in there. What I want to do, and I forgot again, I don't know what's wrong with me, I forgot to color the edges of the side of the pocket. So I have to do it again this way, which I don't like to do. But it still works. But we might want a little something. So I'm going to take this little scrap and just put that there for some contrast. And what I might do is add a little rhinestone to it. We're going to put that right on the edge. And the rhinestone, we're going to put the rhinestone right there. I always like to put glue, even though these have adhesive on it, just in case. And wipe off the excess with my wipe. There. Okay, on this side we're going to make a tag. So let's see. I know on the next page I need a bookmark. So I'm going to save that. And on this page, I'm also on the next page going to need a flap. So we're going to save that. Now I can get to the tag that we're making. And we're going to clip. And what I like to do to make sure my corners are the same, I took this from there. I'm going to take it like this. hold it in place so that my corners are the same. Just like that. And I'm going to punch a hole in it. And add some ribbon. Need to clip this at an angle so it goes easier into the hole and it looks better. Just like that. I don't usually pass both through, you know, like some people do. I like to do a double knot. Which is what I'm going to do. I always have trouble. It's the hardest part of making the journal is tying the knots. That's like my Achilles heel. And another one. Perfect. Okay, now I need a paper clip to hold it in place. And on the paper clip, I'm going to curl the edge. So I'm going to pull the edge out a little bit. And then I'm going to look for my pliers. There they are. And I'm going to curl these around. Just like that. It adds a little difference to your clips. Makes them look cute. And I'm going to clip that in place with my curled paper clip. Now I still need something here, so I'm going to take this extra paper and I'm going to use it as the top of a pad, and you'll see in a moment what I'm going to do at the bottom. Okay, so more index cards. And we'll use how about the blank side on top. Cut them so that they fit, and then even that up in the meantime. A little too long. So I'm going to cut that off and even that up. Boy, that's whacked. Get rid of the trash here and my mess. Then I'm simply going to staple that so it looks pretty. Oops. And then I'm going to put that under there. And I'm going to glue it in place. Right like that. Then I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to put it underneath, just some place to hold it. I'm going to glue the back flap. Adds a little more color. Of course, I got glue everywhere, so I'm going to wipe that off. Okie doke. So far, so good. This needs a gem or something to liven it up. If I could find out, oh, here it is, where I put them. And I think we'll use a bright red one this time. And we'll put it right up here. Right under the hole. I could put it over the hole. That might be cute. Let me wipe that off. Oh, well, that means I would go through, so I'm not going to do that now. We'll put it right where I was going to put it. Right there. Okay. So, oh, what did I forget again? You tell me. I forgot to ink the edges. And the edges. and the edges. It does add so much definition when you ink the edges. It gets rid of the starkness of the white when you cut it. There we go. I wish I could blame this forgetfulness on age, but I've always had it, so. Okay, the next page. We're going to take off this tag in the meantime so I have room. Here's where the glossine bag goes. So I have obviously my bag is too large. I'm going to eyeball it as to where it should be cut. And on this one, I'm going to use pinking shears. You don't have to. And pinking shears across the top because I know it's too long. There we go. And all I'm going to do is add some glue to close it. And what's nice, even on a glossine bag, this glue dries clear, so you won't see it. I like to make sure it's smooth though. And you'll notice I'm getting it all over the pad, but I just have to wipe it up. Take that off. And here, I'm going to glue it in place. There we go. And what I'd like to do here is put something on the top. So I'm going to cut out this little flower here. And I'm going to really rough cut it. It doesn't have to be intricate. Plus, I wouldn't have the skills to be intricate, or the patience. I would have the skills, but not the patience to cut this out with intricate cuts. And then what I'm going to do is ink all the edges. That's what's so nice about inking. It's very forgiving. There. And we're going to put that right in the middle. And you could put anything you want here. And it's just simply to break up the starkness of the bag. The next thing we're going to do is make a bookmark. I'm actually going to use this one. I have to even it up a little bit. And I'm going to round the corners using the 1/4 inch side. There we go. It wasn't working quite well. And need another hole in the top. And a little more, use the last of that piece of ribbon. Come on. There we go. And there we go. Cut those off. And put it in the glycine bag. There. And our last one is this side, and we're putting a flap. And this way, and this way. Oh, what did I forget again? Geesh. Okay, let's try again. I think I have to add glue again. And we'll put it right in place. There we go. And I'm going to simply add some cards here. And they'll fit right in, I believe. But I want to add, I have this little piece of scrap left. So I'm going to try to make a cover for the top. A little tab. Cutting off those. And cutting straight across. Talk about using everything up. And straighten this out. Oop, straighten it out again. Pretty soon I'll have nothing left. There we go. And that's it there. Well, actually, let me turn it over because this side is straighter. And we're going to staple it. And we're going to ink it. And the inking will get rid of that uneven top. And we're going to put that right in. Which doesn't make sense because it is actually too wide. I forgot. And now we're going to put it right in. Hope that it fits. There we go. So we have our first page, our next page. Whoop, got to put the tag back in. Our next page with the glossine bag, and our last page. Now what I'd like to do is add some quotes or something to it. You can use whatever you'd like if you have things with quotes in them. That makes a difference when you add some. This needs to be pulled up a little, but we'll leave it there. So, I hope you like this quick tutorial, and I hope you take some, make one of these. They're fun, and they can go right in your pocketbook. Anyway, thanks for joining me, and have a great day.